Hello, my name is Carx82 and welcome back to our GregTech New Horizons Season 2. Gone ahead and crafted up all the motors that we need, and to be honest, that was kind of like surprisingly easy. I have a little bit of a issue with the seaweed. Since I have sped up the Since I have upgraded the energy hatches underneath and sped these all up, I don't produce the seaweed fast enough. And the problem is that I eventually run out of the seaweed extract. But since this is still trying to craft up the growth medium, or the biocatalyst medium, it keeps putting the rods in there, and the quadria rods in there. So it's basically just burning through fuel. And not actually producing anything. So that is definitely a bit of an issue. I just have it switched off at the moment. I crafted up enough for these. We only needed a little bit for, I can't remember which part needs the growth medium, but I think we needed about 1,000,000 buckets. And I just have it turned off right now. And kind of letting that run. So either I need to speed these up or go about getting the seaweed a different way. I don't particularly feel like doing it this way, the seaweed broth way. You do get 32 from it, whereas this is one comb. You get one and it's 5 seconds. So, like, how much faster is that? You get 32 for 1 second as opposed to one every 5. Like 150 times faster or something like that. But then I would need to set up this thing, and then I would have to set up something for the seaweed, and I don't really feel like doing that. So what I would probably do is just get more centrifuges, speed those up. Did I remember adding this, but amps all. So 4, 5, 6. Alright, the most I'm pulling is 6. I could just switch these over to UEV. Maybe I'll do that. I'll craft those up. UEV energy hatches. I'll get those going, and I'll switch these over, I think. That's easier than like building more and all that kind of stuff. I do wish I had started doing what I've done before, where I bring in the laser into this little platform, because it would make upgrading that stuff easier. But okay, so we have that. I think I'm going to there it is. Well, we might as well do these. I wonder if this would work with, I have my here, my wand of equal trade. Feel like this work, it'd be much quicker. Yay. Alright, it does seem to work. There should be 22. Yeah, I was like, there should be 22 per side. There's obviously 88. Yeah, just making sure, otherwise it's going to be hard for me to... Did I do something? I was probably hitting shift. That's what we did. and I changed the focus. There we go. Because I was flying, or I was going down. There we go. Alright, so it's easier if you do it going up. How'd I end up with 12? I did it again. There we go. Alright. So if you're going up and down and using shift, it makes that kind of hard. Alright, there we go. We got our motor. This should be... Yep, there we go. That is done. Now, that does unlock quite a few things. Also, I was debating whether to break one of those and use it for the scanning recipe, but I ended up just crafting up a second one. Like, it's easier if I just craft up a new one. I didn't know if I broke it and then I like needed it for something, would have been a bit sad. Okay, so we have the assembler that I want to upgrade. Miner is probably the least necessary. I do think you just get more. I think it you get better parallel or something, right? Up to 8 parallels. I think we're doing 4 on these. Remember where it says. Yeah, max parallels 4. So I think that just you get more. But I don't know. Also, I just realized I have a blacklist in here. That's kind of annoying if when we replace it, I think we lose that. But the biggest thing is these pumps. Now, as we know, there's a couple fluids that I am kind of doing both on. We don't use a ton of ethylene, so I was like, oh, we'll just switch it over to xenon, and if we need some ethylene, I'll just turn it on really quick until it's finished. But yeah, also the pump is definitely the most difficult of the 3. Like that pump is, this is no joke, this recipe. Spacetime electric pumps. I think I'm gonna do, I think I am just gonna go ahead and do this though. I really want, I've been looking forward to this pump for a while. I think it's cheaper if you do it in the assembler. Or the assembly line, I think. Don't need that one anymore. Actually, I'll leave it. We'll need one more for the scan for the next tier. All right, I guess let me craft this up then. This is going to take... Where do I want to do the other one first? I don't even really know if this is going to be... Does require 16 of those. I don't even really... I haven't done the math on those optical things. Don't... Like, are we... So, okay, so we get 4 times as much. So we use the same amount of those. We only use the same amount of that. It is the superconductor wires. Same amount of solars. Half the amount of screws. So there are a couple things. This, to be honest, isn't even like... I mean, yeah, it's good if we get it, but like, I don't know. We do, it is going to require like transcendent. Since, yeah. So, it could go either way, like, more efficient, but it's not exactly easier. All right, anyway, let me get the pump. I think we'll start with the pump. All right, I got the energy hatches. I'm going to go ahead and switch those out. And I'm still working on the pump, but I did forget to... I got my... Finally finished the Mark V fuel. And we have 100,000 liters of this, and I'm not... I did my math. This is going to last for quite a long time. It uses 16 liters every 8 seconds, so it should last for like quite a few hours. I don't know. I just thought I would time it and see. I have a feeling we're gonna like we're gonna get a ton of power from this. It did take an absolute ton of power to craft up, though. So, it's not quite as amazing as it sounds, especially when you start thinking about like actually running this. Like, this does require 100 million. So just doing the math, we got, so like 20 seconds would be 1 bucket, and we have 100 buckets. So what is that, 2,000 seconds? Did I do that math right? Something like that? Yeah. 100 buckets, you get a 1 bucket every, yeah, so 2,000 seconds at 100 million. I mean, okay, so we are getting 17 billion from this, but yeah. All right, well, I am kind of curious. I started it on the hour, so that will make it, like, in real time. I started it on the hour, so we'll see how long that actually lasts and how much power we get from it, but I am liking the fuel. It just, until I get another nanoforge, it does take quite a few hours to craft up. At least that 100. I don't have to do a whole 100,000 every time, but I figured, why not? Because it does require some, if we remember, we're doing the hypogen, because it is, you get double the amount, and it's just easier from this. I can't even remember where we get this from, to be honest. Is this like, yeah, the thorium based. So it's just like, it's easier getting it this way. Okay, let me sort this stuff out, and I will continue crafting up the pump, so we can check that out. Okay, so I just upgraded it to UEV, and I am swimming in seaweed. This is even on batch mode. 6 seconds for batch mode, and we'll see, like 139. In 51 seconds, we have gotten, yeah, 1.6, 1600 in 50 seconds. So yeah, that doesn't, I should have crafted up a third one. I don't know what it is, or a fifth one. So, okay. There is that. We'll switch that over, and that should sort out our seaweed situation for the most part. Also, really quick before we move on, I did want to thank all my Patreons. I did update my list here, so everyone that is subscribed to my Patreon should be on there. If not, just shoot me a message, and I will make sure I update that. But thank you very much for all my Patreons. I have said this before, but I do this in my spare time, mostly in the evenings, pretty much every day. I am doing something on GregTech New Horizons. Not always for hours and hours, but it might be just checking something while the world is AFKing and stuff while we're doing that. But yeah, all the support is absolutely amazing. I'm just watching this tick up. All right, so let me finish up this pump and we'll come back. Okay, so gone ahead and crafted up another processor, upgraded it, and now we are doing pretty good with the seaweed. I think, I haven't quite done the math, but we're getting 20 every 50 seconds, so 40 every 50 seconds, and then this uses 16 every 22 seconds, so I think we're I think we're making enough, but it's kind of one of those, like, I just haven't done the math. So I'm just gonna, we're up to 5 million, but I'm just gonna keep that going. Yeah, and we'll see. I did throw a tank in the middle because this heat infuser actually doesn't go fast enough. It slowly backlogs. So I have a tank just to, so this doesn't fill up and screw up the ratio. But, alright, so there is that. We are chugging along with it. I didn't even... Like, it's actually... I actually think these four are not keeping up. It was I thought it was before. I just realized not be keeping up. But, alright, anyway. That is that. Also, the DTPF... There it is. Ah! There it goes. I have been just keeping it running. As we see, it's been running for 1.6 million ticks. So I figure probably best just to keep that running so we get the discount. The hypogen, not super important because it only uses a bucket. It's in there somewhere. Where are you? There it is. Yeah, so it only uses like a bucket, so we're only using 500 liters. But if I want to do like molten neutronium or something like that, that's obviously a much bigger amount. So that's 10 buckets. So we're saving 5 buckets each thing in neutronium or cosmic neutronium or the glass, the chrome. What is it? Chrome. I don't remember the name of it. Oh well, yeah, that fancy glass. What the heck is the name of it? Chromatic glass. I was like, what's the name of that? Okay, so there. Yeah, I'm just kind of keeping that going. Once that drops low, I'll probably just craft up some more because the hypogen was kind of like the longest part of making the fuel, other than the actual fuel refinery part, with the hypogen for the tier 1 fuel. Yeah, so that was kind of like the longest part. I figure we'll just kind of keep that going. I don't have it set to create more, but once that starts dropping, once it gets lower, I'll probably just do like a million more, something like that, just to keep that going. We are like drowning in power right now, by the way. We're up to 10 quadrillion from our Naquata reactor. This thing is just outputting so much power, and this has been running. We got 47 buckets left. This has been running for 7 hours of real time. Yeah, so yeah, I think we're gonna get about 12 and a half hours of 17 billion. Yeah, 12 hours of 17 billion EU per tick from that 100 buckets of fuel, which is kind of crazy. So that is where we're at. Now, moving on, I have everything for the pump. Unfortunately, I just realized, like right before I started recording, that I'd forgotten to get the scan done, which is quite a lot of computation, and I realized I don't think we have 8,000. I don't think we have 8,000 of that. Now, I could just break one of these pumps, which is probably what I'll do, because we're going to be basically replacing it. I don't know which one. I don't know. I'll just break it. I just realized that actually turned off the... like that. That will turn off the entire multi-block, so be careful of that. Also, we don't really need... we don't need those anymore, since... yeah. Since it doesn't void the fluids anymore, which is pretty amazing, actually. That is a pretty huge buff, to be honest. The multi-blocks not voiding, that reduces so much of the automation that you have to do to not void stuff accidentally. Okay, so I don't think this will actually work. If it does, that's great, but if it doesn't, I'm going to need to expand our thing here. Oh, it does. I thought that wasn't going to be enough. All right. I may expand. Nope, it's not enough. Yep. So as we see, it didn't, it failed because we don't have enough computation. I think we have like 3,000 or something like that. I actually don't remember. So I'm going to have to add some more. Oh, 6,846. We're actually kind of close. Maybe I'll add, I don't know, 4 more things. Oh man, I'm going to have to mess with this uncertainty resolver thing. I still don't understand this. I don't get it. But if I move it, which, yeah, we got to go this way. All right, let me do this. I need to craft up some more of these thingies. And these actually might be... I'm trying to remember. There was one annoying bit in here. I think it was these. But there is actually... I think there's an assembler recipe for it, but I don't remember. All right, so yeah, let me add like 4. I think this can go up to 16 slices, so let me add 4 more. We'll be right back. All right, so I've expanded the thing. I added 4 more slices and the accelerated things in each because those are the best, I'm pretty sure, we can get. And I was looking at the uncertainty, and usually I just smash all the buttons, and I've noticed, I think this is actually changed to do, it used to be like 2, 1 here, 1 there, and all 8 of them you had to do, but I'm thinking like, I think it's just something like the corner. Yeah. I think it's actually easier now. Instead of having to do 8, try to figure it out, you only need to do 4 for each number, but I don't know. All right, well, there we go. We are computation of 16,000, basically. And I think it's carrying, or it's pulling like 16 amps of UV, I think it said, or EV, or 15 amps, yeah. So, not a lot of power. And I think we're good from this setup. It would probably be better if I was... I mean, that is 64 amps of UEV. I don't know. Let's turn it on. I'm just talking away, and we should just have it running. Let's see if this works. I have a feeling that didn't get enough power. Yeah, that means it didn't get enough power. Okay, so I need to... I could just add another dynamo. I think I have UEV dynamos too. I'll probably just do... What do I need? I think I only need... It's literally... I think we're literally short like 1 amp, so I probably only need just a regular dynamo. Okay, yeah. I just split off the one onto a separate dynamo. And we can see that is going up so much quicker than it used to. If you want to see underneath, I just did just a single amp over here to 4 amps of UHV to 16 amps of UV. So did that. It would probably be easier just to do lasers, but the only reason I'm not doing that is because the way I've set this up, we would, like, if I brought in like a transformer, I couldn't reach both sides because it's only 3 wide. So, I mean, I guess I could like move this over, but again, even that's kind of annoying with that. I don't know. It's fine. It works. It doesn't matter. All right, so that will be the space pump. We're already up to 1 million. And then we'll check that out. All right, there we go. There is the pumping module 2. So this does 4 recipes, or up to 4 recipes. Let's go. Also, I ran out of seaweed combs. I might need more. I might need more bees. I'll take a look at that after I do this. All right, so those are ammonia. It didn't turn off. That's a little worrisome. Does it need something else? Does have the tier 3 motors. Let me maybe turn this on. What does that do? Also, this does extend, and I don't quite know what the layout is. All right, there we go. So maybe I just had to turn that on and off. All right, so there we go. There is planet type, gas type, planet type, gas type. All right, cool. Pretty self-explanatory. And then they throw like random things in, like batch size. Like what? What does that mean? I don't know. So I guess we'll try to. I thought I had more of these actually. I guess we'll try like. I've never particularly liked this on the front. I'm thinking maybe I will shoot up the back or something like that. But I'll think about this. And see if I decide something different, or even on the back. The back might be better too, actually. All right, we're good there. Let me just double check again. Are good. Oh, also while we're here, I need to turn on one tantalum. Yeah, I need to get tantalum going. I don't quite have that fully automated yet. Just when it gets low, I turn it back on. But all right, ammonia. Let's lock them. I think that is probably a good place to start. Ammonia. 6. Turn that off. Actually, I don't think it matters if I turn it off, because I locked the hatch. All right, so turn on. That should be running. We're filling that up with ammonia. All right, cool. And then that should turn off when I stop now. Question is, what happens if we do multiple things here? So, like, for example, we have xenon there. Got oil, chlorobenzene. So I am going to have to, you know, kind of take a look at which ones I want to consolidate. Or I could even, you know, I was having some random issues with the hydrogen on the... It's being pumped from Jupiter. I was kind of having some random issues with it. I don't know. I might kind of... Now that we have the tier 4 that does all 4, I'm thinking I might just switch out all the infinite pumps that we have, like fluorine and stuff, I'll just switch all that to our space elevator. All right, I need to figure out which one. Let's see. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, hydrofluoric acid, hydrochloric acid, I actually produce that, but it would be easier just to pump it. You know what? I think I will actually do that. I don't know if hydrochloric is actually pumpable now that I think about it. No. There is some weird thing with chlorine. Anything that involves chlorine, it's like, nope, you can't pump that. Too OP. I don't get it. Alright, so 7 and 1. So that is full. What happens if I... Oh, I just realized I don't have these... I don't have these locked, actually. Good to know, though, if it runs out of room in one, it doesn't start going to the other ones. That's also good to know. Still kind of, like I said, learning how this works. So, 7 to 1. Yeah, ammonia, hydrofluoric acid. Turn on. All right, so it is running. Does it, like, alternate? Don't really know. There we go. That's filling up with hydrofluoric acid. I think I'm doing that on some of these mega, which we can turn off now. I don't think we can pump nitric acid. That one's empty because I don't use that anymore. Yeah, there's a hydrochloric acid, which we do use, and we do produce hydrofluoric acid, but we don't actually need to produce that now. All right, I'm kind of loving this pump though. All right, so I think I will also work on the... Which one do I want to do? I did craft up 16 extra optical circuits. Maybe we'll... I don't know. I don't know if I'm quite ready to do UIV superconductor wires en masse if I need these. Because you do need quite a lot for the optical mainframes. So if I did 16, we need somewhere in here. I mean, you would use a lot less of those. Where are you? Come on. 256. So if you think about that, 256 divided by 8. What is that? Like, math is hard. 32. 32, and then... So I would need 2 stacks of superconductor wires. So we're talking... I mean, I don't know. Yeah, Transcendent is a bit of a pain at the moment. I am thinking we're probably going to need another DTPF too. I don't know, but that is for another day. I was just thinking, I'm like, we have all these coils. I'm like, I could just use them to craft up another DTPF. But all right, so I'm going to kind of go through our fluids here and actually just do that. We can see like every single one. And like oxygen we pump from somewhere, I'll just switch that over. Xenon, chlorobenzene we use, ethylene we use, yeah. Neon carbon monoxide, nitrogen we pump from a thing, our tritium and our copper I can fix. So yeah, there is a whole lot of things. I might need probably a second pumping module, but that might have to wait a little bit. But anyway, that's going to be it for today. So thanks for watching and have a good one.